Hello everyone. Well, for today's video I thought I'd do kind of like a ramble, but drawing while I'm talking. And what I thought I would talk about is something I was thinking about a few weeks ago, and I think it's a fun thing to talk about. And that is, what would be my superpower if I had one? I think a lot of people think about what they would like to be able to do that they currently can't do, like fly or be invisible or something like that. So I was thinking about it, and I think that my favorite or preferred superpower would be the ability to open up doorways move that down a little bit. To open up doorways anywhere that I wanted to. And those doorways would connect someplace else and I could pass through one and come out the other side. So basically, I would like the ability to make portals anywhere I wanted to. And that this would be the end point, and this would be the out point. And I could make the end point as big or as small as I needed it to be in any shape. And the out point I could place anywhere in the universe. I think that would give me the ability to travel. I could be instantly anywhere I wanted to be. But I think there's also some other really nice advantages to being able to do this. I think that in order to make this work, you need two types of these doorways. You need one that is like this, where you can enter in and come out. So you could throw something in here and it would come out here. The other kind would be like opening a window instead of a door. So you would be able to see here, and light rays would come in through this portal or this window, and you would be able to see what was going on the other side, but things couldn't pass through, just energy and light. And I think why this is necessary is this would work as long as you were only opening portals on Earth. But if you're opening portals anywhere else, you would not want to open up a portal into, say, the vacuum of space, because that would create a huge vacuum on this side, and that wouldn't be good. It would just suck you in. So you would need to be able to open a portal and see what you were doing. So I think those would be the two types that I would be able to create. And I would just think it up with my mind. This is superpowers, so getting behind the science of how I would do it is about as crazy as getting behind the science of how Superman would fly, or how the Green Lantern can convert his thoughts into shapes. You could make it a magic ring, you could make it whatever you wanted to do. But this would be the basic ability. Now beyond that, I think there are some other things that you could do with this. And since we're talking about superpowers, usually that means there's some type of supervillain out there. So you need to think of your defense as well as your offense. And I think the offense is pretty obvious. You could make your out portal, your out doorway, anywhere you want it. So you could make it very close to a sun. You could make it just out in the hard black of space. You could make it inside of an inescapable iron box. You could make it anywhere you wanted it to be, depending on what you wanted to do. If it was a really, really bad guy that you wanted to completely get rid of, you would probably open a portal somewhere close to the sun, or possibly out in the middle of space. But if it's someone that you just wanted to keep and hold for a while, you might make it inside of a box. So here's your bad guy. He's threatening, very angry, maybe he has wings. Super bad guy. All you would have to do is create your portal over top of him, the end part, and then drop it down over top of him. And he would pop out the other side, and he would be eliminated or captured or whatever. And you could do this very fast. And if he was very fast, you could make the portal much wider, so he wouldn't be able to escape out from underneath it, hopefully. Now, this would be particularly effective against fast bad guys. But let's use example of Superman, even though he's a good guy. But he's like one of the ultimate overpowered superheroes. So let's say for whatever reason we wanted to get rid of Superman. Well, it's pretty much impossible to crush him or defeat him or burn him or anything else. He's pretty impervious. But Superman can fly. So here we have Superman flying along. Here's his cape. And he's zooming like this. And say we're down here. I'm down here. I see Superman flying along. All I would need to do is open a portal very, very close to Superman, because even though he is super, he still has to abide by the law of physics somewhat, and he still has momentum. And especially if we have the portal traveling this way and Superman is traveling this way, he would be through the portal before he even knew what had happened. And the outside of the portal we could place in a galaxy very far away, say 100 million light years away. And there would be our exit portal. The Superman would shoot out, and then we would close the portal. Now, we haven't done anything to hurt Superman, because we can't. But Superman is now 100 million light years away from where we are. So even if he instantly turned around and through some sort of super wayfinding compass in his brain, knew exactly how to get back to us, and he was flying at light speed, he wouldn't get back for 100 million years, effectively eliminating Superman. Even if he could fly faster than light, it would still take him a very long time to get back. So I don't know why I would want to do that for Superman, but it would equally work for any overpowered bad guy, kind of using his strength and his abilities against him. The other thing that these would be useful for, so let's say this is me being all superhero. Maybe I have a cape, I don't know. Maybe I have some kind of helmet. Who knows? Maybe it's magic earphones that give me the ability to do it. And here we have a group of bad guys intent on hurting me. You foiled our plans for the last time, haha. And they have some kind of energy beam or some kind of ray gun or something. All I need is to put up a portal between me and whatever is coming at me, and I could either make it pass onto the other side, or I could be really cruel and I could just have it come up behind them. And because I can make these any shape, if this is looking at a top-down view, I could have the portals curve around me. So I would be completely protected, even over the top. So if you wanted to hurt me, you would have to be very clever. But that would also mean I would have to have them up all the time. Or at least if I was in battle or something like that. Now, the other thing you could do, if you wanted to be really cruel, is here's your bad guy. And he's doing some kind of nefarious thing. You want to stop him. You would have your exit point in space. Hard vacuum. Everything's going to get sucked in. And all you would need to do is put a very small exit hole somewhere near his head, or somewhere else, it doesn't matter, or you could have a very large one. And depending on what you wanted to do, you could either suck all of him in which case he would be gone, but not necessarily dead. Or you could just have a very small spot that only applied a great deal of pressure to one part of him. Or this exit could be near the sun or any star. And now you would have a tremendous amount of heat generated from that one small spot. You could melt his armor, you could melt his gun, all kinds of possibilities there. So that is kind of the defensive part of how this could work. But there's many other things you could do on the positive side. Let's say we had, here is the United States. Very rough, very general. And one of the main problems is you will oftentimes have a tremendous amount of rain in one spot and very little rain in another spot. So one spot may be flooding completely and the other one is dry as a bone. Well, you could make a portal that was very large, however big the rainstorm was, and the rain would be falling into the portal and out of the other side, and you would be saving these people from floods, and you would be helping grow the crops of these people. You could even move this around to keep one spot from getting too much rain while keeping this in the same spot. So it could be a much better way to alleviate some of the water inconsistencies in a country. I've already mentioned the ability to transport yourself. Just step into one and instantly you're in the other, far faster than any type of flight. If I wanted to be in another country, I could instantly be there. But you could also explore other planets. Now, there's two ways you could do this. One would be to have a telescope on Earth with a window portal right in front of it, and the exit portal anywhere in space. And you could look through and get a completely different perspective. And instead of having to use very detailed scientific observations to learn about distant planets, you can actually pop up a portal and look at it. And once you knew it was there, you could pop a portal down on the surface and take a look around. You could even have a portal inside of an air chamber, like an airlock. Put your piece of equipment in, seal it off, open the portal on this end, and push the equipment out onto the surface of the planet to explore. You could then have another window portal to monitor and receive communication back from the probe or the robot or whatever it was. And if it was safe, you could actually step out onto the planet. I think that would save a tremendous amount of time in exploration and allow a huge benefit to science and technology. So that's just a brief overview, what I would consider to be a great superpower. I would rather have this than the ability to be invisible, or to fly, or to do pretty much anything else. Not that those aren't great, but if I had to pick one, I think it would definitely be this ability. So anyway, what do you guys think? What would be your favorite superpower to have? Leave it in the comments and let me know. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to my channel. I have many more videos to make for you all. Bye.